September. Oh, I'm so pleased. It's cold outside. It's kind of gloomy. I just broke out my little box of sweaters. Oh, I'm so pleased. This is truly the best possible time of the year. I love it so much. And this time of year also makes me want to read like crazy. I have a gigantic list of my fall vibes books that I want to try and get to. There's far too many. I will not get to all of them. I think there's like maybe 50 books that I'm obviously not going to read that many in the next 2 months, but I'm going to do my damnedest to read as many as physically possible. Speaking of which, it's only Tuesday, but I already have several reading updates for this week. So yesterday I ended up reading the entirety of The Paradox Hotel by Hart. This is the September pick for the in-person book club that I'm part of. So it's a time travel book where the main character is the head of security at this time travel hotel where they've figured out the key to time travel. And of course, it was turned into a capitalistic business where trillionaires can pay to go wherever they want to go in time, as long as they don't change anything, of course. So the main character being head of security, she's just kind of dealing with a whole bunch of nonsense shenanigans happening at the hotel. And she's also unstuck, which means her brain is kind of not following a linear path of time anymore. It's essentially a disease that's going to continue getting worse and worse and worse. I didn't fully understand that part of it. Her being unstuck played a big role in the book in terms of how the plot progressed, but I didn't fully understand all the details of it. And honestly, that was kind of my issue with this book. I really liked the characters, the setting was cool, the time travel was pretty funky. There were some really cool elements to this, but the plot really didn't do it for me. It was just kind of a mess. It was all over the place. It was hard to keep track of what was going on. There was a lot of absolute chaos happening with this book. Plus, the other thing that kind of bothered me was that it was very clear to me that the main character was a queer woman written by a man, you know? Which there's nothing wrong with that inherently. Anyone can write any character, that is totally fine. I don't have a problem with it. It's just there were certain things where I'm like, I can tell that this was written by a man. So yeah, it wasn't the best book that I've ever read, but I did have a good time with it. So I gave it a 3.5 star, and I'm also happy that I read the whole thing in one day. That was really nice. Yesterday was a great day. It was Labor Day, so I had the day off from work, and I spent the entire day being both productive and cozy, and it was lovely. I cleaned the house, I got my laundry done, I washed my sheets, I did some meal prepping, and then on the cozy side, I listened to an entire audiobook yesterday. I also played some Tales of the Shire. I finished season 6 of Star Trek TNG, and I also sat in the backyard and read for a little while, which was really nice. It was beautiful. The weather was perfection. It was such a perfect day. But anyways, my other reading update. So I've also started The Saint of Bright Doors. I'm not too far in. I'm only on page 31, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, page 31, chapter 5. And so far, I'm very much enjoying this one. I couldn't really tell you what it's about. I know the main character is like the son of a goddess or something like that, and when he was a baby his mother stole his shadow, and she also raised him to be a killer and like gave him this set of instructions for his life that will one day end in him killing her. I don't really know. I'm a little confused by the plot, but I am just along for the ride right now. I'm looking forward to figuring out where things go, and I think there's a portal element to it. It has doors, obviously the Saint of Bright Doors, but the main character, there was a scene where he went to go like try to open one of those doors, and he was like saying that he felt like a cold breeze through it or whatever was going on, but he didn't actually open it. So I don't know if it'll be a portal fantasy. I think it is, but we'll find out. I'm very much looking forward to seeing where this one goes. And then my last reading update for right now, this morning over audio, I picked up Spookily Yours, but this is a cute, witchy Halloween rom-com. I maybe should have read the synopsis before picking it up because I probably could have figured out that this was not the book for me, but it's about a witch who adopts a cat to be her familiar. And this cat is actually a demon who is transformed into a cat and needs her help to turn human again. And he can talk. It's like a full-on Salem and Sabrina kind of thing. And it is a fated mates romance between the two of them. So not really my thing, but it's really short and I'm already over halfway through, so I'm just gonna finish it so I can check off a cute Halloween read. It is fun. I'm enjoying it. It's just also really cheesy and like kind of the bad kind of cheesy, you know? But it's like a bad good time or a good bad time. However you want to phrase that, whatever. But yeah, maybe not one that I would personally recommend, but if you like cheesy, fun, fated mate shifter romances, maybe you would like this one. That's just not really my vibe, but it's good enough to at least finish it. But yeah, those are the updates for right now. I've got to run to work. I also have a doctor's appointment over the phone this morning where I'll get to ask my doctor about looking into options for top surgery. So wish me luck. I have no idea what the process is like, but I'm excited to at least get the process started. But yeah, I'm gonna run, so we will chat later on once I have some updates, and hopefully I'll finish that Spookily Yours book today, so I'll let you know my final thoughts when I finish it. I doubt they'll change much from what I just said, but you never know. Maybe it'll surprise me. Okay, nobody laugh at me, please. I got a haircut today and it's really bad. And I'm really upset about it. Like, genuinely, I've been fighting off tears for several hours. So, you better not laugh. Oh God, I basically have a buzz cut now. Yep, it's so short that my curls are gone. Oh boy, there is so much of my scalp on display. It's fine, it's hair, it'll grow back. I just have to deal with this for at least 2 months probably. It's fine, it's all good. This is not what I asked for, obviously. I asked for a #1 fade. This is not a fade, right? And then just a trim, a little 1/2 inch maximum trim off the top. Not what I got. I just got a straight #1 and then a harsh line and then a big old chop. Yeah, she took off at least 1 inch. Literally every single one of my curls is gone. So it's fine. Honestly, on camera, it does not look that bad, which is saying a lot because it looks pretty bad on camera, but it is in fact worse in person. So I'm having a great day. My roommate said it's not that bad. I think she's trying to be nice to me. I think it's pretty horrible. I think I'm gonna buy a hat. I think that's a good choice. So, anyways, how are you? Let's just talk about books before I start to cry. So, reading updates. I've made a little bit of progress in The Saint of Bright Doors. Not a whole lot. I've been sidetracked, so I'm currently on page 49. Still having a good time here, but still very much getting to know the plot, so I'm not entirely sure what's happening. But they are planning like a heist of some sort. They want to go investigate the doors. I think once I finish filming this clip, I'm going to go tuck into this for a little while. I was trying to film a video. I have to get my September TBR filmed, and I could swear that I charged my battery after the last time that I filmed a video, and it's fully dead. So that's great. I love that. So I now have like at least an hour to wait, so I might as well read for a bit in the meantime. Yesterday I finished reading Spookily Yours, and yeah, my thoughts did not change after we spoke last. I gave it a 2-star. That's maybe being generous, to be honest. This was pretty bad. The writing was terrible. The character work was god-awful. Everything was extremely insta-love, cringy as all hell. It was just straight up bad. I listened to the audiobook, and like the audiobook narrators were totally fine, but in the reviews that I read, people who read the ebook said that it was just riddled with typos and spelling errors and that kind of thing. So clearly not edited very well either. But it is a book and it has been read, so at least it can go towards my stats, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, so I finished that one, and then right afterwards I picked up the audiobook for Fang fiction, which I've been so hyped for. I was really looking forward to it, and I am already going to DNF it, unfortunately. I listened to the audiobook for about half an hour, give or take, and I was really not enjoying myself. It's a really campy rom-com, and I was really enjoying the tone of it. The campiness was so much fun. It was so stupid and silly and just a good time, and that's exactly what I was in the mood for. But then at the same time, the main character also experienced a sexual assault, and that's an ongoing theme throughout the book, as she has to like face her assaulter for the first time since it happened and all these things. Like, so it has that really heavy tone to it. mixed into a rom-com, and that just feels really insensitive to me. Not something that I'm vibing with, so unfortunately going to be DNFing that one. And then after that, I picked up Hex Appeal. Very briefly, I read approximately 3 pages before I realized that I have previously started this book and DNF'd it. I had added it back to my TBR because I forgot that I had DNF'd it and the plot sounds good, but I was reading the first few pages, I was like, why do I know what's gonna happen next? And then I realized that, oh, I've DNF'd this previously. My bad. So DNF for there as well. And then finally, I've picked up another audiobook. I started reading My Darling Dreadful Thing, and I'm already loving this one. This is a creepy gothic story, and I'm already having a great time with it. So I'll definitely be carrying on with that one over the next few days. But yeah, those are the updates for right now. I am going to read some of my book. I want to do some baking, I think. I'm not really sure what, but I would like to make something in the kitchen. When I'm stressed out, I cook and bake and stuff, and I'm very stressed right now, so I think that might be a good call. I was planning on going out and doing some groceries and stuff today, but honestly, I don't want to be seen in the public until I absolutely have to be. So yeah, maybe I'll just cook and read for the rest of the day and maybe watch some more Star Trek, or I could play Zelda. Also an option. I haven't played that in a while. I don't know. I've got options. It's like almost 4 o'clock right now, so I don't know. I'll figure out what I'm planning on doing and we will chat later. Hello from Tony over here. It's time to wrap up this week's vlog. My reading definitely slowed down quite a bit in the last half of the week. First and foremost, I'm still reading The Saint of Bright Doors. He's so cute. I'm still reading this book. I'm almost done, but my final thoughts will be in next week's vlog. I'm not enjoying this as much as I was in the first little bit of it, but that's okay. It's still good enough to finish it. But again, final thoughts will be next week, so look out for that. Hi, buddy. Hi. Kiss. Thank you. And then I was also reading My Darling Dreadful Thing, which I have now finished, and I had a great time with this book. It was so good. I lost interest in the plot a little bit towards the end just because I'm really not like a murder mystery fan, and I've just so happened to unintentionally pick up a whole whack of murder mysteries in the last couple of weeks. I still like them enough to read them occasionally, but I prefer not to, and again, there have been far too many of them in the last few weeks. But I still had a great time with this book. I gave it a solid 4 stars. I loved the writing and the atmosphere especially. This was so good. The vibes of it really made me think of Crimson Peak, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. So if you are also a Crimson Peak fan, definitely pick up this book. It had a lot of similar plot beats that I'm not going to mention obviously because that would be spoilers, but there were definitely some very specific reasons that made me think of that movie while reading this book. So do recommend if you're a fan. And yeah, I think that was it for this week. So pretty good week. There were a few DNFs, but that is all right. I'm really happy to be diving into some spooky season reads right away, first thing in the month. I can't wait to read even more spooky reads over the next couple of months. This is, again, just my absolute favorite time of the year. I love all of the creepy gothic horror novels and that kind of thing, which I of course read all year round, but they just hit different in this time of year when it's rainy and gloomy and gray outside and everything is dying. Oh, I love it so much. It's such a good vibe. Week 1 of spooky season has kicked off to a fantastic start. But yeah, so that'll do it for this week's vlog. Thanks so much for watching as always. I hope you had a great week as well, and I will catch you in the next video.